Listen.
2024 has been a very eventful year for music, one of the best in my lifetime, and there's been some great albums to come out. And I think one of the things that gets overlooked when it comes to great albums is the album cover. I think it's so important. I made a video on this, the importance of aesthetic. I briefly touched in that video on album covers and the importance of album covers. So yeah, in this episode I want to bring in the best album covers from 2024, because there's been some great ones, there's been some really bad ones as well, but yeah, I want to bring in some great album covers because they're very important. They can play into the themes. How does the music connect to the album cover? Does the album cover connect to the music? That kind of stuff. So let's get started. Okay, the first one I'm bringing in for today's episode, which by the way, I'm not ranking these in any particular order. Almighty So 2 by Chief Keef. Yeah, this album cover is just, it looks super realistic. It's kind of got a dark tone, but it's obviously daytime. Chief Keef is looking out the window, maybe looking for some people, whoever knows. Like, it's you can really make up your mind on what's going on in this cover. It's kind of dark, but also bright, and you have Chief Keef's reflection. He's looking out the window. It's super realistic, and it's a great cover. Okay, the next one I'm bringing in is Radical Optimism by Dua Lipa, and this cover is absolutely beautiful. On first glance, it looks really bright, like maybe a summertime beachy feeling, but then you notice the shark, and Dua Lipa is right next to a shark, so there's kind of like a scary feeling that it brings to it. I love that contrast of the colors are really bright and abstract, but then you see that shark, and you see Dua Lipa. She doesn't really look scared on the cover with the shark next to her. So there is a lot to think about, and that's what I think makes a great cover, is you actually think about, okay, what's actually going on here? It's kind of maybe abstract, whatever the case may be, but yeah, I love that contrast of really bright colors with also maybe something dark going on in this and kind of a scary feeling to it. Okay, next I'm bringing in Heartstone Psycho by Don Toliver, and this is just a great cover. I love when covers actually play into the album. It makes it all that more conceptual and thematic. You have this bike, the biker on the cover, and then the bike next to him, and it perfectly plays into the album because throughout the album you hear these different motorcycle sounds and sound effects throughout. So again, it plays into the album and it makes it that much more conceptual. And besides that, the background is like, there's like some sunset going on, so there's like some dramatic and kind of dark undertone as well. So just a perfect cover, to be honest, from Don Toliver, and really plays into the album really well. Okay, next, Chromacopia by Tyler the Creator. I absolutely love this cover. I know some people hated on it. I don't get that, but again, it perfectly plays into the album and the themes of it, because you look at the cover, you notice Tyler is kind of wearing a military jacket. He's in this kind of general outfit, and then you press play on the first song saying Chroma, and you hear that military marching, and then on Thought I Was Dead, you get that again, the kind of military soldier feel to the album, and you get this like propaganda-esque cover, and it just, yeah, it again perfectly plays into the album. And then you get Tyler with the mask on with Take Your Mask Off, which is a huge theme throughout the album. So it's perfect, and it's definitely a big contrast from his previous album covers that are really bright and kind of give the summertimey feeling. This is dark and, kind of depressing. So again, just plays into the album perfectly, and is just a great cover in my opinion. And I know I said I wasn't ranking it, but this might be the best cover on this list and the best album cover of the year. Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. The blue, the ocean underwater, Billie sinking, it's just super cinematic, and it also could play into maybe the emotions she's feeling throughout this album, like she's maybe sinking, and there's a door which makes it even more intriguing, like, okay, what's the door doing? She fell out of the door, what happened here? It's just really intriguing, super cinematic, and again, plays into the themes of the album. Maybe Billie feels like she's sinking emotionally. So yeah, just a super cinematic cover, and probably the best of the year. Next, I'm bringing in What Happened to the Beach by Declan McKenna. This is a super intriguing cover. The album's called What Happened to the Beach, and he seems to have this sort of, what's it called, like a gold detector that you use on the beach to find like gold and stuff. And he's in this grass open field with cows behind him, so it's super bright, but it definitely brings the question of, does he think this is a beach on the cover? What happened to the beach? Because usually people do this on the beach, but he's obviously in a big open grass field with cows behind him. So it's super bright, it's super abstract, really intriguing, and also plays into the themes of the album because you hear this detector sound all throughout the record. So again, it fits all the categories I've kind of mentioned throughout the video as being a great album cover. Next, I'm bringing in Brat by Charlie XCX. This was obviously a huge moment, and a lot of people were complaining when this cover was first announced, and a lot of Charlie X fans were like, okay, well, what is this? This is super simple and minimalistic, and yeah, that's the point. That's why I like it personally, and obviously Brat made a huge moment throughout 2024. Just this font, the cover did such a wave, even bigger than the music itself. This cover was probably bigger than the music itself, so that just says something about the album cover, which, like I said, was probably bigger than the music itself. So the font, the color grading, everything was just super minimalistic, but had such a big impact, which I think is super impressive. The last one I'm bringing in is The New Sound by Jordy Griep, and this will definitely make my top 10 albums of the year. I'm pretty sure it's going to be quite high up, but we'll see what happens. This cover is just, Jordy Griep is obviously like playing a character in this album, and the guy that's getting his head chopped off on the album cover is what I imagine him as, this character, kind of this sleazy greaseball type of guy with his suit on, and then this woman is obviously like the love interest of this album. And yeah, I just associate the characters on this album with this cover, which again fits into the themes of the album. I've been saying this over and over again. A great cover fits into the themes and makes it more conceptual, and this cover is no different. And I like how it's like animated as well. It kind of gives that like bossa nova Spanish feeling to it with the color grading and the animation, which is obviously a huge genre on this album. So yeah, Jordy Griep, The New Sound. I'll definitely be talking about this album more in depth with top 10 albums of the year, top songs of the year, all that kind of stuff that you'll see towards the end of December on this channel. But let me know, what was your favorite cover of 2024? Did I miss any? What was your favorite one on this list? Just anything, comment it in down in the comment in the comments down below, and leave a like, subscribe. Playboy Carti likes my channel, so you should too.